New Jersey Nets had their own legends, but hear me. If Brooklyn would have drafted Jalen and Jason, they would have been the best two players in the Brooklyn Nets franchise history
Easily.
ever,
Easily.
ever.
Yeah.
And the same goes for
Yeah.
Kobe. Whether Kobe wins or not, he'll be looked at as that legend. That legend. Like that brings me to this subject. Like, we need to get back to revering players and not revering rings, in my opinion. We need to get off this ring talk, and this ring makes you a great, like
Why do you mean
when I
that?
was growing up. Because if you do that, you're not going to appreciate their properly, and you're going to forget about great players. Not all great players win rings. Like if that be the case, you're never gonna talk about the Charles Barkley, the Karl Malones. You're gonna forget about the Damian Lillards
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
world.
Good point.
You're gonna forget about the Hardens of
Good
this world.
point. Yeah.
Because
The
after a
Chris
while,
Pauls, the
they're not
Charles
gonna play.
Barkley's, yeah.
And you're just gonna highlight the Chris Pauls. You're just gonna highlight the players that win rings. You're not gonna talk about the Dominiques. You're not gonna talk about the Vince Carter. You're not gonna talk about the Tracy McGrady's, the Grant Hills. You're just gonna be talking about players with rings, and then the players with rings. Just because you win the ring, there's certain players who won rings are not better than players that didn't win rings. They're in a better situation. It's sometimes they're going to be great players that don't win rings. It's the right situation at certain times. You get what
Well
I'm
said.
saying? So, like for once, like for me, Dominique Hawkins is one of my favorite players. He don't get his shine. People just think he's a dunking machine like Vince Carter, but he wasn't. But at the same time, when Dominique was in his prime, Larry Bird was still in
Yeah.
his, and Jordan. What the hell are you meant to do? It's as simple as that. And we weren't in the era of, oh, well, I can't beat them. Let me go. There was no joining up. It wasn't like that. So I'm not saying you don't join up, sure, but don't disrespect the legends that or the players like Harden's gonna go down. Like, yes, he has his faults in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but scoring wise, he's gonna go down one of the greatest scorers of all time. That dude. You should think about it, as much as because Harden, he ain't never missed the playoffs in his career. I won't talk about that. This dude makes playoffs every year. Every year. So that's how I'm looking at that. Like, I'm starting to appreciate great players. Sometimes you're in a great situation, bad
True.
situation. It's just how it
True.
goes,
See,
you know?
and
Simple as that. Doesn't mean you're not a great
right.
player.
And that's something which I'm excited to listeners. Stay tuned. We mentioned this in a previous podcast, and if you haven't heard it already, myself and OG Sean are working on the NBA hotel. We're going to put a picture up now in this clip just so you can see. And obviously you have like the penthouse, the business class, the like superstar lounge, and we're going to be putting certain players in the right level. Then you got the parking lot. And just like Sean said, there are some players who haven't won a chip, but they're going to be at that business lounge or they're going to be at the championship penthouse just because of them as an actual player, you know? So, yeah, please stay tuned for that. But Sean, well said, man. Well said.
You're wrong,
yeah.
right? In the championship and in the penthouse, yeah, there's them players, yeah? But there is a room. There is a room.
Yes.
They can't.
Right. Right. That as well. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a room. There is a room. You can't enter.
Right.
But you can make the penthouse, you can as a player, but there's a room. You go to open it? No, you just don't have access. Bro, I was watching a game, yeah? I was watching the Toronto play New York, right? And I saw Scotty Barnes coming into the locker room, yeah? And he's hopping and skipping. And guess, and this is how he gets into the locker room. I scan, not even door open, not even swipe key. I scan, retina scan, the door opens. I'm like, oh, it's like that.
Wow.
So yeah, bro, it's like that level. Yeah. You got rings and that I scan, it'll detect if you got rings or not. If you got certain bro, it's not up.
Right.
Bro,
it's true. It's true. There we go.
So in the penthouse, you deserve to be here. This room, you just can't room. You know, Isaiah goes into that room. You know, I'm naming certain players goes into Isaiah goes in there, Creed go in there. Certain players going, Dirk goes in there. Certain players go in that room. Certain players are at that room and sit at that table. It's a room at a table, a room with a table. They sit and discuss.
Right.
As simple as that. But I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. with him with the hotel. But you're right. There's certain players that deserve to be in there. That's why, for certain fact, that's why not every Hall of Fame has a ring.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You know, not every top 75 has a
Right.
ring.
Right. So,
You know,
Hornets,
but with this one,
Celtics.
I have to go with Kobe.
Yeah.
If we get back, I'll have to go with the
Yeah,
Kobe
man.
one. I'll go with the Kobe, bro. I'll go with the Kobe because not only does he changes the way you look at Charlotte as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Exactly. Let's do it. Round of 8, match 2.